Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Hey there, and welcome to the show today as we take a look at how college refunds work. Let's just go ahead and get right to it. All right, so in 2020 and 2021, the average cost of tuition at a four-year public school was $9,375. The total cost of attendance for the year, including room and board, was $21,337. So with annual college tuition costing as much as an entry-level sedan, yikes, it comes as no shock that students and parents who may be footing the bill want to insure their purchase against calamity. While some colleges do offer tuition refunds when you withdraw before classes start, the sliding scales of tuition reimbursement mean that students typically really can't get any meaningful reimbursements after school has been in session for a month or so. So we partnered with our friends with GradGuard, and we're sharing what you need to know about tuition refunds. So GradGuard offers tuition insurance that can help you insure your college tuition investment against risk like leaving school. But before you withdraw from school, here are a few things you should know about college refunds. Withdraw early, or you won't get a refund. Most schools do offer tuition refunds on a sliding scale. If you withdraw from classes before the semester begins, you can usually get a full refund of your tuition, with the exception of anything called a deposit or an academic fee. Those fees are typically small relative to the total cost of your tuition. Typically, if you withdraw before the start of the semester, you will not be eligible to receive the funds from public grants or scholarships that are given through your school. Once the semester begins, refunds tend to shrink on a sliding scale. After 1 week, your school may offer 75 to 80% refunds. A week later, the refund shrinks to just 40 to 50%. This shrinkage lasts for 4 to 6 weeks until the school just no longer allows any refunds for withdrawals, even for medical reasons. Because tuition refunds decline very fast, the best time to withdraw from classes is before school even starts. If you don't withdraw early enough, you might have student loan debt for an entire semester's worth of tuition without even getting any of the credits. So do colleges offer refunds for military or medical reasons? These are huge questions. The policy on refund exceptions varies, of course, from school to school. A lot of schools do have policies that cover full refunds for reservists that are called up to active duty military. Others consider, exceptions through a standard appeals process, regardless of the reason. But most of the time, you will need to withdraw from classes before you can begin the process of appealing for tuition refunds. It's important to note that a lot of schools describe tuition refunds via the appeals process as exception-based, extenuating, or even rare. Unless your school has provisions for the refunds, you should not count on getting a refund through your school. So a quick example, during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, more than 200 colleges and universities shut down in-person learning for part of a semester or more. By and large, these schools did not offer full or partial refunds for students who withdrew. However, there were nationwide programs offering forms of relief. If a global pandemic doesn't result in refunds, kind of tough to see how other serious illnesses might lead to a refund. Can you get a refund for room and board? In general, no, you can't get a refund for room and board, along with academic or activities fees, after your move-in date. Though the policy may vary by school, you shouldn't count on your school refunding your residential fees. If you're not sure whether you are committed to attending school in a given semester, you might go ahead and consider living at home or off campus during that time. Tuition insurance and college refunds. So that brings us to our big point of the whole podcast today. If the stringent requirements around tuition refunds kind of make you nervous, tuition insurance may be a product worth buying. Tuition insurance can reimburse you up to 100% of your tuition costs for the semester if you have to withdraw for a covered reason. Covered reasons can include personal illness or injury, mental health conditions, or a flare-up of a chronic condition, provided that it's covered by the policy. While tuition insurance can cover the cost of tuition, The plans may cover the entire cost of college. For example, plans from GradGuard provide protection for tuition and room and board, and academic fees for covered medical withdrawals. Plus, tuition insurance is typically very reasonably priced considering the risk. If you want to see for yourself, you can head on over to GradGuard and get a quote yourself as well. We have a link right inside this article at thecollegeinvestor.com. Which brings us to our next point, that even tuition insurance doesn't offer tuition guarantees. While tuition insurance can cover a range of medical and other cover events, it doesn't offer a guaranteed refund for all withdrawals. For example, students who withdraw to care for family members or due to other family hardships may not be covered by tuition insurance. Likewise, withdrawals simply because college isn't a fit probably isn't going to qualify either. You need to understand the terms of the insurance product. Don't count on having a get out of college free card if school isn't just working out for you for reasons that aren't covered by the policy. Tuition insurance offers some peace of mind, but it's really up to you to understand what the policy covers. If you buy it in the hopes that it will cover certain scenarios, you may be sorely disappointed when you're left holding the bag for tuition costs. Most plans can cover withdrawals due to serious health conditions, the death of a tuition payer, or other covered reason. And here are some final thoughts on this. College is an investment. You're spending money with the goal of boosting your future earnings. That investment in the form of tuition, room and board, books, supplies, and more can be very expensive, as you know, and if something happens, you might not get a refund from your college. So before making your final commitments, you should understand the college refund policy and consider looking at tuition insurance and possibly dorm room renter's insurance. It's cheap, to make sure you've covered against the risks of college that you might face. GradGuard is also an excellent choice for tuition insurance. Again, you can find a link, find out everything else you need to know, and get a quote from GradGuard at thecollegeinvestor.com. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.